All right, finally, we're gonna try this again. Do not pay attention to that. That is my lamp, and that is helping the brightness. Okay, so uh, yeah, omega-3 fatty acids. I've been trying to get this up for a minute now. I think I have it together. It is a very, very basic explanation of um, omega-3 fatty acids. Okay, the seniors that I would visit when I did my home health. By the way, I've been a nurse for 23 plus years, and of those years, the last little over 10 was in the homes, okay? And a lot of times, family, meaning well, would give the seniors medications, not knowing exactly what they did. And I've noticed that whenever I went over the list of medications, those over the counter supplements and herbs and things were not listed. And so I would have to write it on a separate sheet of paper and have the patient take it with them to their next doctor's appointment. And they either increased it, decreased it, or had taken it off completely. So I just wanted to do this because seniors are always asking, what is this for? Or do you think this is any good? And I just wanted to um, kind of let you know exactly what fish oil does. Okay. And as always, with anything, do not take this as gold. Make sure you go back to your doctor and you go over your information. I don't know you, I don't have your history, nor any labs or anything in front of me, okay? So, this is a basic overview of what you may be taking and just to let you know what it is for. Okay, it's a very general explanation. So, omega-3 fatty acids, I'm going to use my clicker here and we're going to try to make this as easy as possible. I'm going to make it so that it becomes large. Here we go. And let's get started. So, the first slide, exactly what exactly is omega-3 fatty acids? Okay, and all of this I typed out. I did it in a PowerPoint so that we can just kind of go right through it. And I'm going to be showing just some minor illustrations of how I used to show my patients when I did do bedside or in the hospital. Okay, it happens to be an essential fat, which I should say is needed, not is need, but is needed by the body to perform specific tasks. However, this fat the body is unable to produce on its own. It must get it by being ingested from different sources. Now, what are those sources? Some of them are fish. The type of fishes are salmon, mackerel, and trout, or a shellfish, which are your mussels, oysters, and crabs. You can get it from vegetable oils, nuts, especially walnuts, flaxseed oil, and leafy vegetables. Leafy just mean like lettuce, cauliflower, broccoli. Just think of leaf, any vegetable that has like leaves to it. Okay. Now let's keep going. Now there are three primary ways that fish oil is supplied. They are you have capsule or pill. So 1, 2. And this is the most common way. I'm going to try and insert a picture here when I upload the video so that you can see what it is. Once you look at it, you will say, oh, that's what that is. Okay, because it's a very common looking pill. Or 3, it can be a liquid. Now the liquid form is not so common. So let's read. However, if using the liquid, it should be Okay, while looking at it, it should be a very bright golden yellow and not brown or red. Also, the liquid form has a tendency to go rancid, which means bad, quickly. And this is due to exposure to the heat, to moisture, light, and air. And I put oxygen in parentheses because, as you know, oxygen can actually start a chemical process called oxidation. Okay. Now, it is strongly advised that once you pop open that lid, the bottle is consumed quickly within a month or two. So they're only giving you a leeway of a month or two, and it must be tossed. Okay. Now, I put this in before we go any further that all articles that has been used as a source will be listed in the comment section of this video, as it is easier for the seniors to find, which is why I'm doing this video. Okay, I'm trying to just break it down and make it simple. And if you have any more questions about it, you can either read the articles or take the articles to your physician. It is always, always, always best to go to your physician where all of your records are. Okay, now let's keep going. Now, omega-3 fatty acids. Now, you will see this as my topic because that is what we're going to be talking about, of course. And we know by now that we're talking about fish oil. All right, so this is how the process works. There are receptors. I will show a picture. What are receptors? It's a molecule inside or on the surface of a cell that binds, which means attaches, to very specific substance or to a very specific substance and causes a very specific effect or reaction in the cell. Okay, what do you mean by all that? Let's take a look. Okay, now we're in school. No, just kidding. Very basic. I always did this with my patients when I used to work in the hospital, especially when I worked in the hospital. I was telecardiac, okay? Now, this is a cell, very basic cell. And you know our bodies are made of millions of cells. So, the surface of the cell is the membrane of the cell, okay? Now, within this, we have, let's see if I can remember, little things called receptors. Da, da, da. Okay. Now, this is not how your cell looks. This is actually inside. Okay. I'm just elevating it. Now, these are receptors. Now, all they're saying is that by the ingestion of, we'll just say fish oil, which is the substance, a specific substance, the receptor receives. Okay. They receive each one. And what this does is it causes the reaction. It causes the reaction that starts within the cell. Okay. They need this to bind with the hormones that starts a process. Okay. Just like that. Sorry, I hope you saw some of it. So you have the cell, you have the receptors, the fish oil is coming in, it receives it, and it binds with the hormone to start the process within the cell. Okay, we're talking about the fish oil. Don't get into all of this. The fish oil starts the process. So what process is that? What does it do? Okay. These receptors attaches to specific hormones within the body that are responsible for blood clotting, which is all these are natural processes, by the way, that the body does. Blood clotting, contractions and relaxation of artery wall, inflammation. These are natural processes within the body that we do need. It is when it goes a little bit overboard that we tend to have a problem, okay? These are normal processes. These specific hormones that bind or attaches to these receptors regulate genetic function that prevents heart disease, stroke. It controls lupus, eczema, which is nothing but like a very, very extremely serious rash. Okay? It's a little bit more than that, but just think of it that way. It is a skin disease. And RA, which is rheumatoid arthritis. Okay? Now, I said see picture because a lot of times you need to kind of, whenever I know that a picture can be drawn, you can kind of get a feel, for what the words mean, so to speak. Because some people are visual learners. You have those who can read, but then you have those who need to actually visualize it. So, hold on. Trying to hit both ways. Okay. So this is an artery wall. It's the little smidget of your artery wall. So we snip it out. And inside the artery wall is your blood flow. Okay. So we have the blood flow inside. Now, all this is saying as far as contraction and relaxation is that the artery wall squeezes and then opens. Squeeze and open. Contract, relax. Now, watch my finger. Contract, relax. Contract, relax. All that's doing is pushing the blood normally through the arteries. Okay? So that is what it's doing. A natural process. Hold on. Okay, so let's flip. Now, the strongest evidence, which meaning testing, of omega-3 fatty acids or fish oil are heart disease. Helps the heart beat at a steady rate, boom, 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 just like on time, thereby preventing arrhythmias, meaning something more of doom, 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 doom. Okay, that's an arrhythmia, an erratic heartbeat. And arrhythmias cause 500,000 or half a million plus cardiac deaths in the U.S. I should say annually. All of this, again, will be in the article. Okay. Also, trying to hold this steady here. It decreases blood pressure. Okay, remember the illustration with the arterial wall? Because it opens and relaxes, it opens. That also decreases blood pressure because it's allowing a better flow. And when you do that, you also decrease the heart rate. And it improves blood vessel function. Remember, the artery is a blood vessel. So it helps with the contraction and relaxation of the blood vessel. So let's keep moving. Additionally, in high doses, meaning that under your physician, if it's given in high doses, it can decrease triglyceride levels. And as we know, or if you don't know, triglyceride levels pertains to the liver. Okay, so whenever you hear them say, let's do a liver panel, and they talk about LDL, HDL, and all of that, and they talk about triglyceride levels. Okay, so if this is high, we have to start looking at your cholesterol levels. All right, so, and may, and I put that in all caps, that means that they're Could still be some studies going on with this, and may ease inflammation, which is a role in the development of what? And it skipped. Hold on. Let's go back. Atherosclerosis. Have you heard that word before? Atherosclerosis? But what is that? That happens when there is a build-up of cholesterol plaque in the walls of the arteries. And I just happen to put that again. I will have the article down below. Okay, so this is what it can help prevent. All right, now let's keep moving. Now that we know what the basic things that fish oil can do, it seems like it's, oh, well, that's a pretty good deal. I don't see what the issue is, right? Well, I am one to always, always, always not only tell you what the good things that it do, but I also want you to look at what the opposite things that it can do. So we have to look at the safety and the side effects of it. This is why it is extremely important that you speak to your doctor, that you are in constant contact with your doctor, and that you are making your appointments. Okay? It is imperative, and I put that in all caps. These are my words, that you do not take things at face value, which can also be this video. Okay? And run out to the store and start consuming products over the counter without what? First, speaking to your physician. Your physician has your history, which includes, in case you want to know just how important this is, your medication, your blood work, any images, and they can be from x-rays, CT scans, MRIs, and your surgical history. And I put exclamation points behind that because people tend to forget this. Okay? Whether you like your doctor or not, whether you argue with your doctor or not, that's not my thing. What I'm telling you is, in that doctor's office that you do visit, your history or your file of all of this is located there. Please be aware that any supplement and or herb can directly affect how your prescribed medications are working in your body. Pay attention. Okay? Now, for those who may come across this video who do not know what I do on my page, I actually started doing videos to help my seniors, okay, through methods of saving money through couponing and things like that, and helping them with over-the-counter supplements and or medications and things like that they may buy over the counter, and how to save money. Okay, now, excuse me. Now, so what happens is people have a tendency, other influencers who may find things that are on sale, because I've actually seen it say, oh, you can save $5 on this and $10 on this, and this is some good stuff. Go out and buy it. You don't do that. You don't do that. Because there are people who are out here desperate for their bodies to stop hurting and things of that nature, okay? You don't do that. You first tell everyone to run it by your doctor, okay? Now, let's keep going. I have to put that in there because sometimes I get a little vexed as to why they even do that, because you can be causing more harms to a senior than you think. That is why it is called influencer, okay? Let's first get more common effects out of the way. Okay, so we're getting ready to get into the side effects here. It can cause fishy aftertaste. It can cause bad breath. It can cause heartburn, nausea, or diarrhea. And it can cause a rash. So these are the more common things that omega-3 fatty acids or fish oil can do. Now we're going to get into a little more of the serious side of what it can do. Okay, now let's get more serious in regards to the interaction with your prescribed medications. So if you go out and buy this and you're taking certain medications and you're not telling your physician, take a listen. If you are taking any medications that is meant to slow down the process of producing clotting, you must be under the supervision of your physician, especially if you have a cardiologist, which is a heart doctor. He, or she must know if you're taking fish oil. And why is that? Because omega-3 fatty acid fish oil causes blood clotting. So if you're taking this to prevent blood clotting, taking fish oil can be counterproductive to these medications. This is extremely important for those who already have a history of stroke, heart attack, which is cardiac arrest, any kidney diseases, or anyone who's pregnant and have related problems. Okay, any of these related issues. So if you're taking any anticoagulants or antiplatelets and you decide to go out and get fish oil because of what you heard it does, be careful, run it by your doctor. Also, if you're taking blood pressure medication, if you have a history of hypertension, which is high blood pressure, be careful, as fish oil can work along with your medication for blood pressure and cause your pressure to go too low, which is also known as hypertension. Okay, go one more. What are some of the drugs that I can possibly take in now, or what should I be saying? What are some of the drugs that you can possibly be taking now that will require your physician to know that you are taking fish oil? Here, anticoagulants, antiplatelets. Now let's go over what they do. Antiplatelets prevents blood cells from clumping together, and anticoagulants slows down the body's process of making clots. These are some names. If they sound familiar and you are taking fish oil over the counter, you need to be making an appointment, okay? They are Coumadin, heparin, Eliquis, Xarelto, Plavix, and aspirin. The aspirin as a mean to prevent your blood from clotting. And you know what else people call these? Blood thinners. I just thought about that because a lot of times my seniors will say, oh, my blood thinner. Okay. Blood thinner is a more layman term for anticoagulant. All right. So if you're taking any blood thinners, do not take fish oil unless you run it by your doctor. Run it, and if they say it's okay, then fine. But I'm just giving you what it does. Okay. If you're taking weight loss drugs, meaning Xenical or AAALL. Why? Because it can decrease the absorption of fish oil. So it's no use of taking fish oil if you're taking this because it's not really working. because it's decreasing your body from even absorbing it. Okay? Or vitamin E, because it can reduce your vitamin E levels. So you can be taking all of this vitamin E, but then you're taking fish oil. But then you wonder why your vitamin E levels are still low, because you're taking fish oil. Okay? So that, and I type this in the end. Let's do this. All in all, omega-3 fatty acids are an excellent source of essential fats that can help in the prevention of heart diseases if used properly. And I underlined, under the supervision of medical personnel. This is important because your physician can monitor your levels, all of your levels, okay, and increase and or decrease the medication, okay, fish oil, so that you can gain the maximum effect while consuming it in a safe, healthy manner. Okay, so, and there you have it. Let's go back. All right, so that is your basic, very basic omega-3 fatty acids, which is also known as fish oils. All right, so it can actually do your body good, but make sure you just know to let your physician know, especially my seniors. I do this only for my seniors. If those of you take fish oil with no problem, whoop-dee. No, just kidding. That's great. It's great for you. But as you get older and you start getting introduced to more medications, you have to be careful what you take over the counter. Okay, and that's it. I hope this video helped. I will link to the articles that I did use and put them below for you to read further into it. One of the articles was actually through the Mayo Clinic. All right, it is important to research things on reputable sites. Do not go to sites that try to sway you to use things and do things, because of course they're going to be biased. All right, always get an objective uh, site that can just give you the information. Okay, all right, and that's it for me. And I should be back with another video soon. I think the next one that I wanted to do was regarding chia seeds. I think it was chia seeds and flax seeds, something like that. But that'll be up in the next week or two, okay? All right. Be blessed, guys. Be safe. And I'll see you in my next video. Nurse Ann out. Bye-bye.